Finally on the town hall, we all love getting a raise at work. But when that raise is paid with taxpayer money, it definitely gets some extra scrutiny.
That's why there is a focus on a story first reported by the Buffalo News. It's a proposal by Superintendent Dr. Kreiner Cash in the Buffalo school system to raise the salaries for several administrators by as much as 40%. It's something our nonprofit partners at Investigative Post have also been looking into. And here live to talk about it is Investigative Post Lane Dowdle. We're so glad you're with us, Lane, and we want to just start by talking about those numbers themselves. What are we talking about in terms of the raises and who's getting them?
Yeah, so Dr. Cash has proposed these raises for about 33 of his cabinet level and exempt employees of the district. So we're talking about the higher ups of the higher ups. Really his senior management team there who are working closest with the superintendent each and every day. Some of those people have been in the position for years, and some of them were newly appointed this school year. When looking at the increases themselves, they range from about 6% all the way up to a 40% increase. On average, for those cabinet level members, the increase is around 15%, and for those exempt employees, it's around 12%. And really the largest increase seen in these salaries is going to the district's executive director for safety and security, and he's seeing that 40% increase of about $34,000 a year.
So Lane, announcing pay hikes is not usually something that's going to be popular with taxpayers. So you imagine that the superintendent, if he's going to do this, is going to explain some kind of rationale. What do we know in terms of why he's proposing these?
Yeah, so those 12 to 15% increases, they reflect, tens of thousands of dollars per person per year, about a $600,000 increase overall. And the main justification that Cash has noted in his resolution and his proposal is that these positions are underpaid and these salaries need to remain competitive with other urban districts in upstate, as well as some other suburban districts in Western New York. He referenced pay raise at Williamsville, as well as Kenton. So that's really the main justification that he's used there. He's noticed that the district has struggled to recruit some of the people for these positions, but also that they reflect some new job responsibilities, although we don't really have the details of those new responsibilities.
So he's floated this out there. It's a proposal right now. We have a little bit more information on why he wants to do it. But what happens next here and where do things go from here?
Yeah, so it'll be up for the board to vote at the board meeting on Wednesday. If approved, and they more than likely will be, they'll go into effect after the start of this next year. So as soon as next month. Most of those adjustments probably won't be readjusted again until a few years from now, the 2024 school year. That was noted, but some of them do allow for some further annual adjustments of $5,000 increases a year. And that's seen in positions like the Chief Accountability Officer and the Associate Superintendent of School Leadership for the elementary. And we're also looking on that agenda, he's looking to add some exempt personnel as well, including maybe a new special assistant to the superintendent for community relations and a program evaluator. But we'll find out more about it at the board meeting on Wednesday.
Yeah, something we'll obviously be following closely. This is all happening as well, Lane, in the context of school districts, in many cases, pretty flush with cash because they got so much from the federal government. But a lot of that is kind of short-term, one-time funding, not something that, can pay for salaries years out. So a lot of aspects to this and something that I know you'll be following as well as our folks here at Channel 2. We've been talking with Lane Dowdle, a reporter with our partners at Investigative Post. Lane, it's great to have you on. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Lane, and thank you all for joining us again here on the Town Hall. This is our text line, 716-849-2220. Great way for you to get in touch.
We had a conversation yesterday on the show about electric car charging stations, and we got some great questions sent to the text line. We're going to be answering those tomorrow, so if you have any questions or comments, please reach out. Scott and Mary Alice are back with Channel 2 News at 6 right after this.